Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, good Sunday night, and I am not Shad Turner, your host tonight. He is not with us, but this is Andrea Eichmann coming at you from the People's Patriot Project with our We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime, where tonight we have an amazing, energetic, caring, awesome guest with us, and we can't wait for you to meet him. We've got some music lined up to happen tonight. But before we get started, as always, I ask that you take off your hats, stand if you're able, and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance,
to the flag of the United States of
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
justice for all.
Hey, welcome tonight. It is November 14th, 2021. And here in Minnesota, we kind of just had our first snowfall of the year. So, yeah, the folks in Minnesota loving that snow. Except those of us that don't love it so much and wish we were like in Texas, but that's okay. Okay,
or Florida or Georgia or down there with these guys, right?
The equator would be a great place for me. So, yeah, we're coming through the Veterans Day week and some amazing, messages, honors, videos, shows, gatherings. Our high school has one. We share. The middle school sometimes gets it every other year. It used to be, but that stupid COVID stuff put a little hack into some things, but they're back at it this year. Thank goodness it's in the schools. The kids love it. I do have to say that I shared a video of veteran Kenny. So he's here from Minnesota here. He's that TikTok, that old guy veteran who is just a sensation on TikTok. And his neighbor helped him put together a video on TikTok to raise money for a new scooter. He raised so much money that he's given away like half a dozen scooters already with more to go. And Hoda had him on the Good Morning America show on Veterans Day. And so it was cool. My kids, so I'm in tears, of course, by the end of it, probably the third time I watched it that day. But so my kids are fired up. They're going to send him letters. They want to invite him to the classroom. We would love to have him on our show here. There's just the energy that I felt introducing this, and not for the first time to these kids. I teach 7th and 8th grade, by the way, Zechariah. My 7th graders were so excited to get busy and do things for veterans that it was just super amazing. So that's kind of the high we're coming off this week.
Well, you dropped his name, so we should probably throw it out there. Who's on screen with us tonight?
Oh, my goodness. We have a guest. Can you put me not in the middle? Maybe make us all the same size. Yeah.
We're all the same size, yeah.
I'm not always the host. I'm not used to being that. So we have Zechariah here with Running for Heroes. He has been, I'm going to let him tell you how many miles so I don't mess it up. He's got his tally of his miles. Running for fallen heroes. And so Zechariah, do you want to introduce us a little bit to what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Zechariah Cartledge. I'm the founder of the nonprofit Running for Heroes. I run a mile for a fallen police officer and firefighter who lose their life in the line of duty in the United States. I've done over 1,050 miles in the past 2.5 years for fallen first responders out of the United States, U.S. territories, and police officers in Canada. And I also, since we've become a nonprofit, have been giving out monthly $10,000 grants to injured first responders, totaling out to over $185,000 to 24 injured first responders, and we continue to do more of those. Alongside that, we also have two of the branches of Running for Heroes, Running for Heroes Canines, and another person that's here tonight, Running for Heroes Military. And we hope that in the future we can do more great stuff and be able to talk to more great people such as you guys. So we appreciate you all letting us talk here today.
Zach, how old are you?
I'm 13. I'm in 7th grade. So when you said
7th grade, 13-year-old, and you started this when
I was, I think, just turned 11. I think I was 10. Yeah, 10.
That's amazing.
You've got some amazing support people in your world, and I want to thank them. I'm blown away. I was sharing this pre-show. I've been teaching for 20 years. Andrea hasn't been teaching for quite that long, and again, this isn't about raising Zechariah, but it is about raising Zechariah, because I know we all become stronger when we know that we have a strong support system and group and organizations and people behind you. And I have never met another young man or young girl who has put this amount of effort and passion into something that is as important as this is.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it's humbling, not necessarily for me, but it's humbling to be able to have to talk or get the chance to talk to someone that wears it on their sleeve. And I appreciate that. You need to know that we're not trying to create a hierarchy. We're not trying to put you above everyone else, but I need you to know, and I hope you do understand that kids aren't doing this.
Thank you. And, first and foremost, I want to be able to honor these first responders in a way. And I think that knowing that I'm only 13, some people may be able to look at this and think more of it just because of me being a younger person and can lead on the generation forward for respecting our first responders and military. So since I'm at a young age, I always have hoped to make the best out of this nonprofit. And I hope to inspire other kids across the nation to, if they have an inspiration towards something they would like to do, to go for it. And because even though me and many other people have made this nonprofit to where the point is today, it really just started off with one idea and one thought that came across my head that really made this nonprofit turn into where it is today. So being a younger person, I always like inspiring other people, but I appreciate that when you say that, though, because I can even agree myself that I can hopefully lead this generation on respecting more people if I continue my efforts.
How often do you get a chance to speak in front of peers or young people your age?
So I've been able to speak in front of lots of people, either on Zoom, online, or in person. I think I do in person interview with any station probably about every 3 months or so. But I also do lots of different online interviews every single week or so. So I'm very used to speaking and being able to public speak. That's a gift that God has given me. So that's another thing that I always like using towards my ability to help inspire more people is my just the public speaking ability that I have. So that's why I always like doing these interviews as well.
You have a class you have to take when you get to high school, right? You're gonna get a good grade in that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Is that all right?
Oh yeah. That's probably gonna be one of those classes where I just go in and get an easy grade for. It can be like one of my relaxing classes, but I can't wait for those days. That'd be great.
They'll just say, "Come on up and teach your class, buddy." The teacher will put the feet up on the desk, let you take the class and run it. Is your school supportive of the things that you're doing?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm lucky to live in an area where my school 100% supports what I do. Believe it or not, I know you guys are big in the military. On Veterans Day, our principal came across the intercom and shared about a 20-minute story about every single military veteran that was at our school campus working. That's just one of the many things that I know of that our school is supportive of with our first responders and military. So I'm definitely lucky to live in an area where we support and respect our frontline workers. And I am very glad to live in an area where I can be respected for what I do, because I know in lots of places it could be a lot different.
Gosh, I'm blown away, buddy. I'm blown away. I'm talking to a grown dude here, and you've only been doing it for 14 years, so I'm just blown away.
Thank you.
We'll come back to you. You got a little bit of time that you can still hang with us?
Oh yeah, I have lots of time.
Awesome. Andrew, you want to go with the news, or should I pump out our first song for the night?
Let me, because this will tie in. I was thinking about this. We didn't talk about this with Zach earlier, but I just wanted. We are a nonprofit as well that supports our first responders and our military, and it's amazing. And you've maybe come across this in your expeditions, but we combined it because we found the crossover numbers. People get out of the military and they join the field. They're law enforcement officers, they're firefighters. A lot of them around the country, a lot of volunteer firefighters have come from the military, and then full-time as well. Dispatchers, I mean, just EMS drivers and in the field. It's just a big, huge crossover. And so we just found it a natural match. And the fact that they're all service people and they're here to protect us, whether they're in our town, in our state, or in our country or not, outside of the country. And so it all goes hand in hand for us. And so I just wanted to explain that to you as that connection for us. And when we get to it later, we probably have to share with you, we want to do this thing called Heroes in the Classroom as well, where we focus on, and we've just lightly started this before COVID came in. But we want everyone to be aware that in every classroom are a number of children of these military or first responder families. And so anyway, and we'll get to that whole piece later on.
Yeah.
I came across this week, and I know we were celebrating veterans all week, and I thought this was just this was from January 20th, 2020, and we're from the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And this was written by Jeff Wagner for CBS, the local CBS station. And so our ultimate goal, of course, would be to stop and never, ever have another suicide. And the veteran suicides get a lot of attention. And so some stats, and of course, now this is a year old, but suicides as of last January, suicides in the first responder world were at 243 per year, and a line of duty death was 227. And so there's a discrepancy in those taking their own life, and those killed in people want to come in and say, well, they signed up, this is their job, they knew when they went to school or they applied for these jobs that they'd be putting themselves in harm's way, but no one signs up to do that every single day, and nobody really signs up knowing what day could be the last day or that it would be so near at hand. But this person that they wrote about last January, so at the Minneapolis Police Department's 2nd precinct last January, this Bill Oliver and Sean Higgins came in with 94 coins, enough for each officer in the precinct. This came from a mom. Carol Castle is her name. She designed this coin, which was part of, she lost her own son, and she vetted several suicide hotlines before she found one, and it's called Safe Call Now, and I haven't researched a ton, but this is very local for us, and her son was a Maple Grove firefighter, and he died by suicide a few years ago. Mrs. Castle spoke well of her son as a very warm, friendly person, always keeping busy, always loved doing fire safety education and teaching children about it. What she never saw were signs of his troubles and what he was keeping inside. And so no one knowing it was coming, nobody saw it coming, not his friends. So she created this coin. And I know how first responders and military love to collect those coins. And so her nonprofit is called Wrestling for Life. That's probably the first thing that attracted me because my boys were all wrestlers. However, it's not wrestling as the sport. It's a nonprofit dedicated to stopping suicide among first responders. And so that is the coin she gives them to keep in their pocket. It's a heavy one, even maybe heavier than your keys. And let's see, I wanted to see if there was like a description. They're looking to adopt each Minneapolis Fire Department once they get done with all the police departments. She says she leaves us with this thought: I already lost my son, and I just did this because I didn't want another mom to go through what I went through. So her heart is as big as can be. So because our focus is suicides, but sadly we know that there are lots of other ends of life in both military and first responder worlds. And so, gosh, a heart as big as this young man we see on here. It's a huge undertaking that you've taken on. And I give you kudos. Kudos, kiddo. First of all, running when nobody's chasing you. You want to do it to show your support. That's amazing. It's not competitive. It's for them. And that's something that 10-year-olds don't really have in them. So you have some gift to be sharing this with the world as well. And then I think Mark was leading into a song. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say thank you very much. But at the same time, I really cannot do it without a great board of directors that includes people like Miss Shonda here today, and not only that, but she also runs her part of the page 2 of Running for Harris Military. So people like she's also a Navy vet as well. So people like her and my whole entire board are also definitely people that have kept this mission upright and making sure I'm at the best hands possible. But I just appreciate that, and it means a lot to have you all support as well.
Well spoken, young man. Well spoken. That was awesome. And we'll get Shonda here in a second. I am going to run a first song. We do want to. We had a cancellation, not a huge deal. We don't throw our musicians under the bus. We get that they get busy. There was a little mishap in the world, and I'm probably understating it when I say mishap. We just want to lift up the musician that we had out for our show today. We want to lift them up and make sure that they're safe, they're taken care of, and that all the people that are around her are there to make sure that she's in a secure and safe place. So, you know who we're talking to. We love you dearly. Hang in there. We'll get you on. We just sorry for some of the things you're bumping into right now. So through the week, obviously Veterans Week, Veterans Day. I mean, I did have a little statement in how we did not blow up the Veterans Day messaging, because we believe every day is Veterans Day in our camp, in our world. We believe every day is Memorial Day in our camp, in our world. And there's a lot of people that get out there and they have these conversations. Remember what they all stand for. Yep. One is to remember, one is to be thankful. All these pieces. Thank you. You got to realize at any given moment, less than 6% of our country is serving in the armed forces. And so there's a lot of people that don't understand. I make the statement, or people thank me for my service. And I, in my opinion, very unselfishly say, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't need that recognition. And not that I'm telling people to stop, and I will never chastise anyone for saying thank you for your service. I enjoyed every moment that I had while I was serving my country. There were some moments, don't get me wrong. There's a couple moments in Fort Drum that wasn't my favorite. For some reason, it seems to rain every single day at Fort Drum in the history of my life. So that wasn't my favorite place, favorite time. But that service was mine. And it was for me, it was for my heart. It was for who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And I appreciated every minute of it. So thank you for those who reach out and say thank you for your service. And those that are in my same boat and want to battle the Memorial Day pieces and this and that, just remember, it's we can all go a lot further if we're doing it together. And just because people are saying thank you doesn't mean they're trying to hurt you, harm you, or hinder you. And just remember that. So there was a bunch of not conversations. I was trying to figure out how we're going to work the music piece. And I was just struck by a song. And then I was struck by another song. And I was struck by another song. And I'm like, it's really cool how these all formatted and fit together. One's a very old school vibe and feel. One was ultimately kind of dedicated due to our services. And one is fresh, off the charts, and blowing up the charts. And so this is basically kind of our tribute. And the first song just is a piece that helps me to remember where we came from. So here we go. Hang with us. We've got John Wilson of Cody, Wyoming, with Gone But Not Forgotten.
Some were miners in the Appalachians. Some were farmhands on those Midwest plains. Some were cowboys from the Rocky Mountains. They all had dreams of better lives someday. They were all part of that generation that was called when those war clouds came. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten. Gone gone but not forgotten. When our anthem rings, I stand up in honor. I think of them and sing those old familiar lines that say our land is free. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten. They came home to a rejoicing nation that was weary from the years of war. They found jobs and started raising families. They never said much about the scars they bore. Always there to help a friend or family. They put flags up out on their front porch. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten. Gone but not forgotten. When our anthem rings, I stand up in honor. I think of them and sing those old familiar lines that say our land is free. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten. I used to see them on the 4th of July with their hands upon their hearts as the stars and stripes passed by, gone but not forgotten. When our anthem rings, I stand up in honor. I think of them and sing those old familiar lines that say our land is free. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten. Yeah, they were something, our country's brave sons, gone but not forgotten.
Isn't that just kind of an awesome, like, I don't know, it makes me move. The music is awesome.
And I do want to take the time because it did talk about our country's sons, but our country's daughters were highly involved as well. And even before they were allowed in the military, the women of our country were highly involved in the success of what our veterans and again, we can round circle this in our first responders, and I think that's a perfect segue to bring Miss Shonda on and talk about her service and where she's at, where she's been, and what she wants to get done, and just her fabulous and amazing connection to this amazing the mission that she's helped supporting.
There you go. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for having me on. I have my daughter with me tonight, so I apologize in advance. Just a little upset. Just woke up from a nap. So, Shonda Loader and I joined Zechariah last year with his mission. His plate is just really, really full, so it's been an honor to help out with the military side. I was in the Navy for 8 years, got out, and serving after has always been a passion of mine. Whenever I got out, I found a program that helped veterans transitioning out of the military and did that for a while, and then started just kind of running on my own. And then I started messaging Chad online, and the board of directors voted me on. So I joined August of 2020, and I am currently at 157 miles. Way less than Zechariah, but
you're just going to have to double up. That's all you're going to have to do.
yeah, I don't know. I'm 30, so I got hip problems.
You're young. Well, and your stride's probably a little longer than his too, isn't it? Or is he a tall one?
He's got a pretty long stride.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for your service. And again, thank you for your support. A piece of the People's Patriot Project, and that's not your mission here. This is, but is the fact that it gives an opportunity to continue to serve. And so many veterans and first responders come out of their service or are in service, and they're looking for another place to connect. And so, what a great opportunity for you. And I'm assuming there could be in the future other opportunities. If you're in need or want to or need to find a place to continue to serve, reach out. There's 2 organizations right here. You might have a skill set that will help. There's always fundraising involved. There's always helping others. Listen to the dollar amounts that Zechariah and his organization are putting out to help veterans and first responders. Again, we're not asking for your money here. A lot of times people are like, oh, give us a moment. Give us a moment. That's what we're asking. We got a 14-year-old out there running 1,000 miles, and this is where I'll get a little nasty in the sense that he won't do this. This is my platform. What are you doing? What are you doing for your community? Give a moment. Give a moment. Reach out to your VFWs. Reach out to your Legions. Reach out to your Eagles, your Elks, your Masons, the Moose. All these organizations are there to help. Find some time. And I'm telling you, we went through a piece today. We have a very dear friend musician out there who's getting some verbal ticks and talks and tacks on social media, and there's a missed message out there that people just stop tearing each other down and start building each other up. And if what they're doing isn't your jam, then go figure out your own jam. Not everyone likes the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if anyone likes the Green Bay Packers, but not everyone likes that flavor. Not everyone likes strawberry ice cream. And that's okay. That is 100% okay. And just because someone does like strawberry ice cream, keep your nose out of it, man. Figure out. Go enjoy your chocolate around the corner. It's fine. And celebrate with those that like chocolate. Celebrate our communities. I just well-spoken man, Zechariah, and then amazing support. And that's another piece that we always Zechariah. I keep wanting to say Zach, and I apologize because I already kind of cleared that piece up earlier. But
you're fine.
Zechariah's has an amazing support team. And we're going to kind of parallel this. Brian Gibson's asking if he heard ice cream. Yes, ice cream. Ice cream. We'll talk about that another time. There's an ice cream platform that we're going to work on. Just as Zechariah has an amazing support team, and I and Andrea and we call it the we, has an amazing support team, so does each and every individual first responder and veteran with spouses and parents and children who didn't necessarily sign up for what their mommies and daddies chose to do. And that's okay too. But we need to support those families as well, support those systems as well. They're dealing with the same traumas mamas and daddies are bringing through the front door. And then we have to have the conversation. Not every veteran and first responder is broken. I want to make sure we all understand not everyone's broken. Andrea will probably say that I'm broken, but that's complete different level. and it's just important. It's not hard to help someone across the finish line. And you know what? The finish line is not the same for everybody. It's just a continuation. Zechariah knows a lot about finish lines. He crosses a lot of them on the weekly because he's putting his skin in the game. He's doing it as a 14-year-old.
13,
I can't say
actually.
thank you enough, buddy. 13. You're right. 13. My bad. Boom. Get
Same
it right.
thing, same thing. Teenager, same
Yeah,
thing.
right, Peterson.
It's not. You get to do a lot more when you're 14. So wait till that day happens, buddy.
Wait, so Zach, what has been one of your most amazing experiences while you're out running?
So during my nonprofit and while I'm running, sorry, were you asking specifically for running or specifically with Running for Heroes? Just want to make that accurate.
For you. Let's talk about you for a minute.
Yeah.
What's
just
your
for you?
jam? What's your strawberry ice cream, man? What do you enjoy?
So I enjoy lots of stuff, and I have lots of amazing accomplishments with this nonprofit. Other than giving out grants and doing all these miles, I've been able to meet lots of families and get to meet lots of departments that I've sadly been able to before. Been able to meet many people that has really been mentors to me. You see the jersey I'm wearing. Last year, I was able, like, example, one of my favorite accomplishments was I was on Good Morning America like a year and a half ago, and I got surprised with I was surprised with an invite by Kyler Murray to go to their practice squad and one of their games. Which I was a Cardinals fan, even though like 2 years ago they were like the worst team in the NFL. I'm just thinking, imagine if I went today, but that's not the point. I was able to go there and I got to meet lots of mentors. That was something that I definitely cherished. That was a surprise I never saw coming. But deep into this nonprofit, families and departments I've been able to meet is a number one thing that I've been able to do. Whenever I get to meet a new family member, a new department that I've never seen before, it definitely just reminds me that I'm doing lots of great stuff in this world. And when I get to meet them and give them that hug, it really just lets me know that I'm helping a lot more people than I would ever know.
That's an amazing message, Zechariah, in the fact that when me and Andrea get a chance to travel, and we've been down to Georgia, and we've been to Texas a couple times, and we've been to Nashville, and we've gone. Those are our most favorite times when we get to see the faces of the people that we're helping and get to be like full on hug mode with these people. And, and just, it is really the food that feeds all this. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So it's really exciting to hear you say that. I'm excited for the opportunity because somewhere along the line, we're going to get to bump into you. And I'm excited to have that opportunity and chance. And
I can't wait for that moment either.
It'll just happen. We'll get those guys set up down in southern Georgia, and we'll make sure that we're all in the same place, same time, and just get to have some rejuvenating, refreshing relationship. And that is the biggest piece. And you're doing a great job, kiddo. I see Tony Turner's trying to sneak in here, and I haven't seen him fully load yet. Andrew, would you like to read the narrative for our next song?
100%. I would love to. So that's going to fall a little into your country music, Zach. We have quite often have individual musicians show up, and some do their craft live, and some we play their video. Live is not always sound wise better, but it's raw and it's from the heart, and it's very touching when they can do it live. And I'm going to call her my friend, Kim, because I've not gotten to meet her face to face in person, but I consider her a great friend. And we met them on a Tuesday night before our show, the week before our show, because we wanted to, she wanted to make sure she could have her whole band. So they're kind of a show band, everything, all the pieces are there. And she wanted to be able to set up her iPad so that she could be live and that they could all perform live. And her husband's a veteran. She's a veteran. Her guitarist is a veteran, Vietnam veteran. And we sat down that Tuesday night after they got all set up and everything was working. And, you know, we heard some of the most in the moment, in deep in war in foreign territory, real life stories, from the heart, from the mind. It's completely, there's a connection there. I'll just say there's a connection there that it's amazing. And so after we got done, and I will read what Kim said, after we got done on that Tuesday night, she stayed up and she, on her YouTube page, this is what she says about the song we're going to listen to. I wrote the song Come Home after our band participated in a podcast by the People's Patriot Project. During that podcast, conversations began with my fellow veterans, Ron, my bass player, and my husband, Cleet. I listened to their stories. I watched the tears well up in their eyes and roll down their cheeks. It was evident that part of their peace was in tatters in another place, buried in the rubble of memories most can't relate to. I hurt, knowing that these men had a pain I could not ease. I felt helpless and wondered how many others wanted to help a loved one leave those bitter experiences behind and come fully home. Come home is my acknowledgement that there is a pain that I can't heal, no matter how much love I offer. There are things I won't understand no matter how hard I try. The most I can hope to do is to stand on the shore in the midst of their storm with a beacon of the present and offer to help them come all the way home. And then I think we're going to listen to that song that she wrote.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Dunlap Band, Come Home.
Was a young boy when he left, shoulder square, purpose set. He would defend his country's honor, be a proud returning vet. He wasn't ready for the dark. Wasn't ready for the war. And year after year, he wonders what's the fighting for. And there's a distance in his gaze, there's a sorrow in his step. Country, but he's jaded and upset. He still fights off the darkness. He still feels the pain of war, and his peace is left intact on a bloody foreign shore. Come home, come all the way home. Don't stand in the memories, don't linger too long. It's okay to cry, doesn't mean you're not strong. Don't stay in the past, it's not where you belong. Come home. Can see him smile, see him act like nothing's really wrong. hard to make it, and he wants so to fit in, but sometimes he just can't take it. When those memories rush in, come home, come all the way home. Don't stand in the memories, don't linger too long. It's okay to cry, doesn't mean you're not strong. Don't stay in the past, it's not where you belong. Come home, come all the way home. Don't stay in the memories, don't linger too long. It's okay to cry, doesn't mean you're not strong. Don't stay in the past, it's not where you belong. Oh, come all the way home.
The lyrics in that song are ridiculous, and I think I do fine until we get to the end where the Marine is sitting there in salute with the tear running down his face, and then it's all over with for me. But I want to say that just because of our mission and what we do as well, that same notation of come all the way home is we have paramedics, firefighters, and police officers that walk out their doors every morning, sometimes at night, whatever, walk out the doors every day, and the pieces that they see during their service sometimes takes a little bit of something that takes them away. Doesn't get them all the way home, so to speak. But let's get them all the way home. Remember, reach out to them. What's going on, Tony Turner?
What's up, buddy?
It's not in our spin catalog tonight, but Zechariah, if you get the chance, look up Tony Turner and Blackwater Shine. He's in the top 20. He's in the top 20 of charts right now, and he's one of our veteran musicians. And he comes on, and we love this guy, man. Love having him around, and he does his thing. I think you'll like his song. I really do.
Okay.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing,
You know
man?
this guy's
Doing
ran
great.
1,000 miles.
What's that?
This guy's ran 1,000 miles in the name of following first responders and veterans across the country.
That's awesome. I don't think I could run. No.
Maybe you should. He's not far from you. Tony's over there in Alabama, and Zechariah's over there in Florida. Maybe you should go meet him, Tony, and take a couple laps with him someday.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll watch him as I walk around, but you know. I love it. Yeah.
Zechariah, what's next for you? Where are you going next? What do you need done, and how can we support you?
Really, next is really just keep growing, keep continuing to do what I'm doing. I plan to continue running to around 10th and 11th grade. That I plan to endure in future endeavors. So I'm doing this for a long time, but once I get into that point, 16, 17 years old, I'm going to pass it down to a then 9 or 10-year-old to lead the force on that he or she can do until they have to pass it down. But until then, I just want to continue to grow. I want to make sure people like Running for Yours Military, Running for Yours Canines are funded and are able to continue doing this. They're part of the mission as well. Maybe even grow to do more side Running for Heroes foundations. I would love to do more of those. Really, I just want to continue to grow. And at the end of the day, 100%, I also would like to just at some point be able to just lower my running load, because you got to remember I'm running for first responders that lose their life in a line of duty. And even though I love being able to do Running for Heroes, at the end of the day, I'd still prefer having nobody to run for.
Amen.
So that's always a hope, but sadly, in just the reality of today, it's definitely a long shot. So right now, I'm just wanting to help continue to show many families and departments that we have their support, and we can be with them throughout a difficult time.
You speak well. You speak well.
That's awesome, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. That's awesome.
Thank you.
We got some backup stuff going here. You have the full support of the People's Patriot Project, and whatever we can do to help you in your mission, we share, like, and do all those things with your stuff already. I hope we can continue. We'd like to consider you part of the family, and vice versa. You all right with that?
Oh yeah, I would love to be able to be a part of that, but I'd love to be able to continue to come in on these. It just means a lot to have your all support, and I love being able to do these different podcasts every single every time I be able to do this another podcast. I'm just able to talk and get to know more people. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and you guys, from what I see, are definitely gonna be going a long way. So we have your support, and if you need anything, just feel free to contact us.
That's awesome. Never hesitate, and never hesitate. If you need anything, let us know. And I know there's a lot of people in your corner, so we'll continue to drive that. Tony Turner, what are you up to these days?
Oh man, trying to find time to take a break. It's getting pretty heavy. I got trying to juggle the job and trying to make time for family, and I got two different bands that I'm in right now. One I'm just playing rhythm guitar, but the other I play rhythm guitar, and trying to keep up with the upholstery, which I'm actually sitting right here at my sewing machine right now. It's getting spread out pretty thin because I'm working 7 days a week right now.
Remember, you're no good to any of us if you're not taking care of yourself, brother. So make sure we get that in there in place. So, real quick, want to do a shout out Brian Gibson and his mission down in Southern Illinois. Project Die Hard. They're in a campaign right now. I don't know all the details, but he did ask me to do a little quick shout out. He's got something going on with his pond down there. Go ahead, check out his social media platform, and go and support in the ways that you feel necessary with Project Die Hard and Brian Gibson down there. Andrew, what else we got?
So I just want to say kudos to Zechariah for having a plan for the future. And honestly, there's got to be somebody out there watching what you're doing who in a few years is going to be like, yeah, that guy's my hero, and I want to take over that platform for him. So I'm quite confident you'll find the perfect person for that when time comes. And I like it because kids should be kids too. And you're an awesome kiddo, and I don't want you to let the worries of the adult world, drag you down. And you seem like you've got it pretty well under control. So I love it. We're kicking off some of our Christmas family conversations. I think we have a family that we're looking into. So keep an eye out. You guys will see some of our fundraisers starting up again. And whatever gets raised will go toward celebrating. I don't know if we can say, but at least making the holidays a better time for our Christmas families. So I would like to say 100% of your donations will go into that, but we've got to find a few more families as well. I would be quite candid with you. A lot of times the big pieces are donated to us. If we need a hotel room, we had the most amazing vehicle donated to us last year because we were not in town. We took a family to Duluth, Minnesota, where they have this Christmas light show extravaganza. They've got this bridge. It was all drive-through last year because of COVID. So a lot of times you can be down walking through this most amazing thing, but we drove through last year. And on our website, we have a few places and we'll be sharing this coming up, but these two kids and their excited voices driving through these lights, and the mom and dad were holding hands and just kind of in tears because it was just such an amazing experience. But that's what we want to do. But all the little pieces, we chauffeured, we brought meals, we made sure they had breakfast in the morning. We had to stay in Wisconsin across the river, or the channel, I guess, because the swim pools weren't open in Minnesota in the hotels. And so any donations that we get, they just help broaden that experience. We have people that just need a tree because they can't get their decorations up this year, all the way up to the full Christmas experience. And so we tie it into our recalibration retreats, where we just get people out of their normal everyday element so they can have a little peace and quiet for a couple days, without the worries of what bills are being paid or not paid, or what work or what planning has to be done. And in today's world, we have found that that is quite cherished. I mean, people just love that time away. So that will be coming up on our end. Thanksgiving will be coming. School's going to roll over itself, I think, until we get through all these holidays, and hopefully everyone is safe and sound. I know my district is like this close to, we don't want to go home again, but it's that close. So we keep praying that icky C word thingy stays away from us. Yeah, I know chances are slim, but anyway.
Yeah. Something we've definitely been blessed about too is that our area, we've been masked. We've had the choice to wear masks or not ever since, I think, the start of the year. We've had only like 2 kids gotten COVID in our whole entire middle school. And we're in a busy area, so I think we're definitely lucky. But we don't have any more mandates at school, at least right now. God forbid it stays that way. Knock on wood. But I know lots of school areas, such as yours, have still been on the line with still going home teaching or not, which I think is still insane when you think about it.
It's kind of crazy that some schools are so lucky like that. And then I don't know what Peterson's school is like, but our numbers came out just a couple hours ago, and yeah, we're higher than the county numbers right now, so we're not in a great place. But it'll shoot down, shoots up, shoots down. We'll just give me one more reason to move south. Just one more reason to move south.
Calm down.
Tony Turner, what do you got going on December 7th?
Honestly, I don't think anything right now. I'm not sure. But I don't believe I have anything planned.
It's a Tuesday. What time do you normally get off work?
7 a.m.
Oh, perfect.
Or like 7:15, something like that.
When do you go to work?
Usually 11 at night. Sometimes I'll go in a little bit earlier.
Perfect.
Sometimes I'd stay late, but I can make sure that I'm off in time. What you guys got going on?
Watch how this works. Coming this December 7th, you'll be featuring Tony Turner in our second Giving Tuesday event, where we will have up to 6, 7, or 8 of our greatest musicians on to share a little bit of happy holiday experience and raise funds for not just our organization, but any organization that is in the Giving Tuesday network. We will see you then on December 7th from 6 to 8 o'clock. See how that worked?
Nice.
And hey, Zechariah, if you come back on December 7th and listen, I'm pretty sure we'll get to hear Blackwater Shine.
Okay. All right.
You can do it before then too.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait that long.
Remember, the People's Patriot Project is an opportunity to serve. If you served in any first responder or in the world of our veterans or enlisted personnel, and you just need or have an inkling to continue to serve, reach out to us. You might have a skill set that we can put into use. And also for those who never had a chance to serve for whatever reason, we are also that same opportunity. we do carry the beacon of opportunity and the beacon of hope for those who might need a little push and lighten the load, or just an opportunity to get back on their feet. We enjoy thoroughly all of our guests that came on tonight. Zechariah, you keep doing your thing, dude. I know you're not going to stop. This is like our world, the snowball that can't stop. Your world's in the snowball that can't stop either. But take care of yourself. Make sure you're healthy. And again, like I said, we're always here to help and support you in whatever you need to get done. Anything in closing, anyone? We got one more song.
I think I'm good, but I just appreciate all of you, and it's a pleasure to be on the show. And I'm speaking for Miss Shonda as well, that we appreciate everything you all are doing, and I think we're ready for the last song.
Awesome. Just found the song this week. I've seen variations of it. I'm taking a few liberties here, and I apologize, but we do have a relationship with one of the musicians in this song, and I'm going to rest on that relationship. But we have MJ Hanks with I Left My Home. This is outstanding, people. We will see you. Come check us out this next Sunday. We Got Your Six at 6 Patriot Playtime.
You're right. Sister was home when you left. You're right. Father was home when you left. You're right. Dad was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right.
Look at me now, look at me now, look at me, look at me, look at me now. No one can bother me, not in the slightest. I'm yelling victory, throwing your towel. I'm taking my shot and doing it well. I'm saving myself, no need for the bell. I'm giving it everything, all that I got. I'm conquering battles that rage in my thoughts. So I take one step at a time, fall into formation as I see the motivation in the eyes of my reflection. You may reap what you sow, but I'm gonna reap what I write. I put in the work and I do it a lot, cause you gonna see me when I'm at the top, ready or not. No, defending the nation for foreign invasion. Got in information for the next generation. Running my duty station with that motivation. We ready for war. Ready for war. Regiment full of pride. Step by step marching, we in the stride. Operation training to survive. Like the hero before us that fought and died. We continue the mission from day to day. Praying to God that He make a way. Out of all the things I wanna say, sorry mama that I couldn't stay. Cause the war was violent, I'm a leather neck, no bull, there was no hiding. Buffalo soldier back in the saddle. Doris Miller, I'd have made it splashing. Tuskegee airmen above the average. My 4-point Marine and you don't wanna battle. Cause my only girlfriend was my assault rifle. Shot my shot and got her, then she gave me life. But some my brothers under, so they stopped the cry. Then on another mission for the teams would triumph. It was me and rivals and I wasn't dying. Left my baby and I swore on my arrival. And my dad a GI and I surfaced like him. Now I'm realizing that I'm just like